Howdy folks, it's time for another episode of the Rockhound Connection News. The Rockhound Connection is a Facebook group that I created over on Facebook. It was the very first group of its kind on all social media. It's all about rocks, gems, and minerals, and rockhounding, and mining, and prospecting. And it was the very first one across all the social media platforms. So if you're not a member over there, I'll put a link down in the comments section, and go give it a check and see if you like it. And if you do, sign up. It's a really good group, some really good people there. Drama-free group. It's one of the #1 rules is no drama in the group. So come on in and give it a look and give it a share. And in the news this week, sunstones. They had the big sunstone extravaganza out at the Spectrum Sunstone Mine. That would be Chris Rose and his team out there. They always take really good care of people that come out there and visit with them. And if you're out there, you might just get lucky enough to find some really nice sunstone. What everybody's really chasing is the red crystal. I've been hanging on to this piece for quite a few years. It's a really nice piece. Good color saturation, little to no schiller. And these will cut sunstones, cut gemstones that look something like this. Excuse my fingers, I can't find my gemstone tweezers. But a nice red cushion that was cut out of a piece just like the rough that I just showed you. Really nice stuff. Now, if you're really, really lucky, you'll find a piece of what we call dichroic, which is a color change. Depending on how you look at it, one angle it'll be green, then as you turn it, it turns red. And this is a pretty good chunk of dichroic gemstone. Greens and reds. One of these years, I might actually cut that piece. Folks, please excuse my voice. I'm a little under the weather, but I had to get this video made for you guys. Something else you can find out there is what we call the watermelon sunstones. That's where instead of being color change from red to green, it'll have a red heart and then a green surround around that. Much like this piece that I found at one of the gatherings out there a few years back. Chris and I were doing a belt run, and this piece came across there, and it's a beautiful watermelon with a bar schiller going across it. Had it carved and set by Daryl Alexander, and it is now in my wife's jewelry collection. So sunstones are where it's at this week. I know the Royal Peacock is open. They're not too far from the Sunstone area, out 140 in northern Nevada, in the Virgin Valley area of northern Nevada. And if anybody from the Royal Peacock is watching this, hey, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you guys because I want to make a trip out there this year. I've driven past you guys so many times, and it breaks my heart every time that I don't have the time to stop, make that turn, and come on down and visit with you guys. But it's been on my bucket list for a lot of years. So if you guys are watching, please reach out. I really appreciate you guys being active here in the group and supporting the group and posting things here. It means more to me than I can tell you. So without further ado, let's get to the group and see what's been happening in the group. We'll start out with growth. And as many of these lists as I can, I'm going to drop them down to 7 days because we're doing these episodes once a week. And so I want to give you a 7-day lookout. So the group, we've had a pretty good bit of growth here, 0.04%. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking with tens of thousands of members, it doesn't take too many. Well, it takes a whole lot of new members to make that thing jump up a point. Let's see, we had 24 requests to join, and the growth doesn't facilitate on these numbers here people who were invited, just people who requested. So we had 24 requests to join the group. Myself and the admins, we approved 13 of those, declined 9, and blocked 2. The reason you might get declined is if you don't answer the questions when you first sign up at the group. All you have to do is read the rules and agree to the rules, just 2. So agree to that, and it's a lot easier to get into the group. We try to keep the group very safe. We don't allow questionable profiles to join. All right, let's go down to one of my favorite parts, and that's engagement. You guys being here in the group and engaging means the world to me. I really mean that. I know I say it every week, but it really does mean the world to me that you guys are here in the group and posting and interacting with each other. Over the last 7 days, we had 120 standalone new posts put in there, which is up 9%. Remember when I told you, it takes a lot of interactions to make even 1% growth show up when you're talking about a group with tens of thousands of members. So 120 individual posts were put in. We had 4,036 members active. They don't tell me if that's up or down. They just tell me how many. Most popular day of the week over the past week was Monday and Tuesday, late in the evening. And here's the part everybody waits on, and that is the top posts of the week. Now, I only recently realized that they only allow me to look at the top posts for the last 28 days. They won't let me scale that down to 7. But that being said, we'll go ahead and see who's in there because we have a new number 1 this week. And James, you made the number 1 post, your Rhyolite post. You had 1,597 reach on that, and you had 190 engagements. Coming in on the number 2 spot is still the post about a big, huge London blue topaz, 133.5 carat London blue topaz. I believe it was set in a necklace. That was unfortunately stolen at a rock, gem, and mineral show. Hopefully, this post in our group will reach somebody who knows something about it, and we can get that returned to its rightful owners. So be on the lookout for a large London blue topaz necklace that somebody's trying to sell. Coming in on the 3 spot was by Jack Puritan. He posted something about Carrie and Kyle going to the Crater of Diamonds and finding a really nice find there. That had a reach of 2,155 with 268 engagements. Good job on that. And I've always wanted to go to that Crater of Diamonds. I used to live about a 6-hour drive from there in East Texas, and I just never had the chance to get up there. But one of these days, I will make a trip out to the Crater of Diamonds. Alrighty then, that's where we're at on engagement this week. Let's drop down to membership, where there is another engagement that I like to look at and tell you folks about, and that is the top contributors for the past month. So we had a chance. I was looking at it this morning before I made this video, and since then, number 1 and number 2 have switched places. Alabama Rockhound is an all-star contributor, and I'll tell you about these badges here in a minute. And she had 28 posts, 3 comments, and a handful of those thumbs up. Coming in the 2 spot is Ann James, who is a rising contributor badge holder with 21 posts, 32 comments, and about 40 of those thumbs ups. Good job, Ann. Keep it up. Coming in on the 3 spot is Shane Holland. He's a longtime member of 8 years. He had 25 posts, 1 comment, and a handful of those thumbs ups. In the 4 spot is Brad Shaler, another longtime member of 7 years, 24 posts, 3 comments, and another handful of those thumbs ups. And a very long-time member and friend of mine, Anth Davis, 14 posts, 8 comments, and some thumbs ups. And coming in at the 6th spot, the Royal Peacock opal mines. We were just talking about those guys. The Royal Peacock is one of the mines out in the Virgin Valley area. It's one of the few places in America where you can go and mine your own precious opal and black opal. They're very well known for their black opal and their opal fossils, pine cones and petrified wood that have turned into precious black opal. Beautiful specimens come out of there. I've seen some beautiful jewelry made from their materials. Coming in on the 7th spot, Keith Itzo with the Rising Contributor. By the way, the Royal Peacock had a Rising Contributor badge recently added to their profile. Keith, you had 13 posts, 2 comments, and a handful of thumbs ups. Coming in at the 8th spot, Rick Tolet. Brother, if I'm butchering your last name, I apologize. Reach out and let me know how to say that. You had 13 posts, 1 comment, and some thumbs ups. Another rising contributor in the 9th spot, Patrick McDonald with 13 posts. And coming in on the 10th spot, I think Angel, you're close to me. Angel Blanco, he had 12 posts and a comment and a double handful of those thumbs up. So you guys keep it up, and those badges will upgrade. Speaking of which, I looked into these badges. They don't really mean a whole lot. They just say you contribute a lot to the group. And it lets me know that you guys enjoy the group, and I really appreciate it. But it runs on a points system. If you want to know how many points you got, just click on your name here within the group, and it'll tell you how many points you have. And to get that first badge, which is Rising Contributor, you need 700 points. And the way you get points is by posting, getting comments, and making comments, and reactions. So like the thumbs ups or the hearts and things like that. Next up on the rising scale of badges there is Top Contributor, where you need 1,500 points. And the top badge is called the All-Star Contributor, where you need 5,000 points. There's not a whole lot of us all-star contributors out there. So if you want to keep track of your points, all you got to do, like I said, is click on your name, and it'll bring up that list, or bring your profile up and all the interactions you've had within the group. And at the very top, you'll see the points. So 700, 1,500, and 5,000 are how the badges are pulled out there. And looking forward to see a lot more people with a lot more badges. So keep up the good work, keep posting, and get you some of those badges. And like I said, there's no, you don't open up any special anything with them. They're just a fun way to keep track of how much you interact here in the group. Speaking of which, if you folks would invite your friends to join the group, make a little post on your personal page or profile saying, hey, check out this group. It's a pretty good group. I'd really appreciate it. And along those same notes, if you will follow the link back to YouTube where this video is actually posted, and you could like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. There's going to come a day where something that I've been working on for the past year for the group is going to come to fruition, and we're going to need the Facebook channel and also the Facebook page. And I meant to say YouTube channel and Facebook page. There's a Facebook page out there with the same name as the group, the Rockhound Connection. I'll put a link to that down in the comments. And if you guys could just give that a like and a follow, it would really help me out, and it's going to help the group out in the future. So with that, I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'm going to go get me some more cough medicine, and I'll see you guys next week for another edition of the Rockhound Connection News.